Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to Tread Talks, where typically you'd find me walking on a treadmill while making videos for you fine people. But sometimes life is busy and yet I still want to talk about some things that get me excited. I was really looking forward to the trailer for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I went into it wondering, is this going to be a harbinger of hope or a warning sign of impending mediocrity? Well, would you be mad if I said a little bit of both? Now, when I look at a trailer, I'm looking for what to expect from the final film, and here there are some things that stand out as being really good. It certainly looks like they're putting more money into the computer-generated imagery for the dinosaurs, especially when it comes to the velociraptors in the movie, and to be honest, that's my favorite dinosaur to see in these films. And it's also clear that they're using more animatronic dinosaurs than they have in the past, and if they do that right and they blend it well with the computer-generated imagery, my hope is that it results in something much more convincing, and that's what fulfills my prime objective with this movie, seeing dinosaurs in real life. On top of that, so far I really like the music selection. It gives you a sense that we're in for a more thrilling and suspenseful and scary experience with these dinosaurs. And for me, that's the right next step. Dinosaurs have always been foreboding and menacing, but now if you're putting the humans in situations where they really have to fear for their lives in a prolonged, tense, suspenseful way, I think that's going to grab me as an audience member, and I'm looking forward to it. And beyond that, another great thing about this trailer is what it doesn't have. You don't see any kids running around, which have always been the low point, at least for me, for any of the Jurassic movies. Instead, you have young supporting characters, including Justice Smith, who you might remember from The Get Down, which I enjoyed on Netflix. And finally, I have to admit that there's a certain amount of hope that I'm putting into the director, J.A. Bayona, primarily because I really enjoyed A Monster Calls, and apparently he's really good at driving suspense and creating situations where you as the audience member are feeling so tense right along with the characters. And I think we see some of that in the scene with the baryonyx, which frankly I'm very excited to see on screen for the first time, but the situation that they've placed him in, that room filled with lava and warm light, it immediately reminded me of Resident Evil 4's lava room, and maybe that's biasing me, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out. At the same time, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Yes, they have a great director, but then when you see some of the scenes in this trailer, it kind of makes you cringe because of fan service that doesn't fit. First, we have Jeff Goldblum, and he, in and of himself, is great, but the dialogue that they give him to read, they make him say that line from the original movie where he says that life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
In the original movie, it makes sense because he's talking about how he thinks that they won't be able to stop the dinosaurs from reproducing.
But life, finds a way.
Here they're talking about whether dinosaurs deserve to exist, and he goes into some speech about how they might outlive us all and that life finds a way. It felt shoehorned and it doesn't really feel like he's answering their question. And that's the kind of thing that worries me, when they try to put in fan service for the sake of fan service and not make it fit into the story in a natural way. Another instance of this is when the T-Rex saves them at the last minute from the Carnotaurus. It's cool looking and it's nice to see the T-Rex roaring in his full glory, but how many times is he going to step in to save them? It's a complete retread of what we saw in the original movie, but it's even less believable because there's no way that in an open field, the Carnotaurus isn't going to see the T-Rex coming a mile away. And it worries me that we're going to get a lot of nonsensical decisions just to provide cool scenes, and that's not what I want in a movie. And when it comes to the main characters, it's disappointing to see that the chemistry between Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt is still practically non-existent. And I'm not sure why, because Bryce Dallas Howard is a great actress, and Chris Pratt is a pretty charismatic guy, so I'm not sure why they aren't connecting. Now granted, this is mainly a scene of exposition to get the plot out, but it doesn't encourage me. And that's another thing, the plot of the movie, at least what we see so far, feels pretty uninspired. Go back to the island to save the dinosaurs, and somehow, and maybe this is because I don't have pets, but somehow they managed to convince Chris to go on this mission just because Blue happens to be alive. Maybe I'm heartless, but I can't relate to that as being motivation to actually say yes to such a life-threatening mission. Now there is one sliver of hope here, and that's that apparently the trailer only contains footage from the first half of the movie. I read that somewhere, I'm not sure how true that is. But we haven't seen much of Henry Wu and what's happening with his character, so hopefully that'll be an added layer to the story that'll make it more interesting. And hey, for me, to be honest, realistically portrayed dinosaurs in cool and interesting scenarios that really get my attention going, that's all I'm looking for in the movie. And if the movie manages to give us a final act that's as exciting as what we saw in Jurassic World, with that mosasaur coming in out of nowhere to take down the Indominus Rex, then I'll be happy, and I suspect most people out there would too. So now's the time to set your expectations a little bit lower, go on a media blackout so you don't see anything else that can spoil the movie for you, and go in and have a good time. So what did you think of the trailer? Did it make you more excited? Are you going to see it regardless because you love dinosaurs? Or are you deciding right here and now that this movie's not for you? Whatever it is, leave it in the comments. I want to know. And if you like this video and you want to keep up with my content, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it would be great if you were a part of that group. And hit the little bell icon to be notified when a new video goes up. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.